Folks, we've got some welterweights in this week 9 matchup, and can you guys believe it's already week number 9? This Contender Series season has just flown right by. We've only got this week and next week left to go. But guys, we did go 5-0 last week, so hopefully we can replicate that this week and maybe even week 10 as well and finish it out with a 15-0 stretch at the end of this season. That is the goal. We're going to do our best, okay? We have some welterweights here, as I mentioned. Islam Dulatov, he was meant to fight earlier this season, but it didn't work out, so here he is. Week number 9. He's 5-0 in his last 5 fights with only 1 loss in the career. And he's fighting, let's see if I can get this right, Vanilto Antunes, I think is how you say it. So Antunes is 16-6 on the career, but he's 4-1 in his last 5. He's really started to get things going towards the end of his career. Early, he had a few losses that kind of didn't look great, but he's tightened some things up, looked a little bit better lately. Does have that 1 loss in the last 5, but he's looked a lot better on in this like recent stretch. So when we look at these guys, we're going to start on the Antunes side. He's a good striker with good power, which is something you want at at the higher weight classes. Welterweight's kind of that bridge between higher and lower weight classes. He's got very good knees. I think that's his best weapon as well. Good volume. But the thing that kind of makes him both dangerous, but also a danger to himself is these 2 things here. He has very big explosive actions, and oftentimes he'll overswing in those situations. He'll come in with these big, like flying in knees or big wild punches, and sometimes that's awesome because when you land, it's gonna really, really mess up your opponent. But at the same time, it often puts you off balance. And when you're fighting somebody that can counter or can, make you pay for your missteps here, get the takedowns, things like that, that is where these can be a problem. So this one, big explosive actions is good and bad, but the overswinging is just a bad thing. That's not something you want. So for Antunes, Antunes, I think he's probably going to be, I think he's going to need a finish here because I think some of the optics on some of these overswings are not going to look good to the judges. Now, when it comes to the grappling, he's decent grappler. He's got very good ground and pound just with the volume. It's just constant wave of strikes in that. And he's got decent takedown defense as well. We've seen him kind of get held down a few times, but typically he's able to get back to his feet after a little while. And I don't think that this fight is going to be a grappling heavy match. Maybe it is, but it doesn't seem to be based on what I've seen from past performances. When we look at Islam Dulatov on the other side, he is a solid striker. He's incredibly light on his toes and throws very clean, straight punches right down the middle. That's something that you love from him. He's got good volume. The knees and the kicks are some of his better weapons as well. That teep kick is probably my favorite that he has. Just straight in there, right down the pipe. And I think that's going to be something that can make a guy like Antunes pay because a lot of times that teep kick is going to keep him from being able to crash in and use that reckless style that he likes. But he has good leg kick as well. Sometimes he'll rush in with a barrage of shots. Usually it's well-timed, but it makes me nervous against a guy like Antunes who is very powerful and can put you out with a single shot. So for Dulatov, I think he needs to limit the barrages in this one and stick to picking him apart from outside until he's got him hurt, and then maybe go in with that. We'll see how that plays out for him. But that is something I've noticed. He does have good grappling. I love the sprawl. He's very hard to take down. He gets those hips back really quick. Very good top control once he gets there, and he has a pretty good choking arsenal for a guy that is predominantly a kickboxer. In this one here, it's one of the fights that I do feel more confident about on this one. I feel like Islam Dulatov is the side. I think he's the better fighter. Antunes is good. He does have a chance to win this one, but I think he's finish dependent, where I think Islam Dulatov could win this fight any which way. So we're taking Dulatov. I feel pretty good about it, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I appreciate your feedback while you're down there. If you'd like the video, that would go a long way in helping out the channel. And check out the rest of the videos in this playlist. They should have already popped up on screen. If not, it will in a moment, and I will see you in one of those videos.